always be worthy. Just trust and know you're strong enough to.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Naked Air. I am your host, Libra. You know, I wasn't always this way. I wasn't always free. I at one point pushed down so many things of who I was, it actually becomes sickening or depressing. You know, people want to live for the show. And then when the show is over, behind the curtain, there's someone else. It takes a lot of courage for the person behind that curtain and the person in front on stage to meet and come together. And see, that's my journey for Naked Air, is to help a person do that, because that's what I did. People said, we like the one in black, the picture in black. We like the one in white, it's purity. Not really the one in red. The one in red was devil-like. Had the fire, had flames. Well, see, that's just it. What happens is people forget who they used to work for. I have no problem admitting I was on the devil's payroll, and I was highly paid. Made great money for him at one point in my life. So how do you hide that part of your life and say you are God-like? You're living for God now. You're on the battlefield for the Lord. How are you all of these things when you don't talk about who you used to be or where you came from? Selective memory, selective thoughts of being. That is the problem. So many people say, I just want to be happy. I just want to be free. I just want someone to make me happy. You can make yourself happy if you just release. You know, as we go through life, we have so many things that happen to us from birth up. We're born into sin. And it's something you constantly try to fight against and pretend you're not. But if those same ones who say you're living for God and doing what God wants you to do, then why is everything you do to please man, to please people on this earth? God knows who you are. God knows who I am. So who would I be running from? Who am I hiding from? Who am I pretending to be for? Who am I putting on this show for? It will be for people. And see, we have to get to a point, baby, where we don't put on a show for anyone. We are raw in the flesh for whoever wants to see, because God sees me. And I don't have to please anyone for any reason. I'm comfortable in who I am. Therefore, I am happy. I have joy. You can't condemn me. You can't put me in a box because of something I've said or something I've done or who my past was, because it made me who I am. It's who I am. People have to stop running from their truth and stop letting people dictate your truth. No matter how many times I hear you don't like the picture in the fire, I can't deny it. It's who I was. The truth will always be the truth. And until you uncover your truth and start digging up those things that have bared you down for so long, you'll never be happy. You'll never be free. Because as people, we take on so much in life. It starts to compile us and build up and build up, and we push it down and we push it down, and it'll be all right and you'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Wipe those tears. Stay strong. And we push it down and we push it down, and then we put this mask on, and then we walk out the front door and we like, hey everybody, and taking these pictures and doing all of this. No, that's not who you really are. See, that's why in a counseling class or a therapy class or a recovery class, a self-help class, it'll start off with 20, 25 people. Before the 6-week session is over, it's 3 people left. You know why? Because they dug too deep. They wanted you to find too much. They wanted you to get to the core of the problem. Because see, we all have them. We've just pushed them down so much. And eventually it comes out somewhere in your life. It comes out in your relationships. It comes out in your parenting. It comes out in your friendships. It comes out because you pushed it down for far too long. And hiding it from who? Because the person who you claim to be, the spirit who you claim to adore and trust, he already knows you. So who are you a different person for? That's what you need to ask yourself. To please yourself, you need to be free with yourself, including all aspects of your life. I don't care if you've had 5 abortions and been married 8 times. It's who you are today. It's who made you. It's how you became the strength within you. Dig that root up, get to it, and once you pull it up, it has no roots to grow in you anymore. It's a dead root. So no matter how many times people bring it up, it'll be dead to you. It won't be something that makes you feel covered and hides you and that you're ashamed of. See, that's when you will truly find this happy that we all want to get to. It's when you just let yourself go and let yourself be free. Before I ran an escort service, I was one. Some people think an escort means taking someone out to dinner, right? Some people thinks it means sleeping and have sex with someone. Well, it's both. It's whatever you choose to do in it. Now, I've had everyone from NBA stars to rock stars call the service. And when I showed up, that was the one thing I kept to myself, that I felt I'm doing an okay thing, because I wouldn't have sex with anyone. However, I still gave them fantasies of what they wanted for money. At this same time, I was doing poetry, right, at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Wonderful time in my life. I was honored to do that. I was honored to be called to Baldwin Wallace for Martin Luther King Day and do a poem. That was an honor for me. So how do you have this one individual so strong in her words and in her poetry and in her thought, but then when the lights cut out, have whips and chains and beating someone for money? You see, that's why I say you got to know where you came from and who you are, so you can help someone else. You can't pretend to be better than. If you so better than, what makes you shout? What brings your joy? When the pastor is saying, you've come a long way. What is that long way? See, I know what my long way is. I know the reason for my praise and the reason for my shout. Can't no one take that away or make me feel bad about it, because I've come from that point. Be cautious of those who continues to remind you of your past. See, that's the enemy's job. Right when you feel joy and when you feel victorious, here he comes to steal it away. You've got to face your past, present, and your future, whatever it holds, and be okay with that. That is what happiness is all about. Not drinking your problems away. That's why there's so many people on social media and that you go out and you see and they're drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking, because you're trying to flush out everything that you feel, everything that makes you you. Stop all of that. Face who you are and be okay with that. Period. Let no one shake you nor waver your thoughts. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you feel one type of way. You get on social media and you feel a completely different way, because you're watching people walk around with their masks on. If you have to, take a social media break. Take a break from people in real life. Get to the core of who you are. Get to the core of how you feel without watching others. How do you feel about yourself and about your life? And if you don't like it, change it. You see, I'm living in my truth. And I'm finally living in my assignment that I feel God has given me, this assignment. So there isn't much that man can say that can waver me from this assignment. That is true happiness, when you're able to live in your assignment, and no matter what anyone says, you're doing it. Please continue to comment and give me show topics and ideas and questions. I promise to get to them all at BENAKEDAIR. That's BNakedAir@gmail.com. Please follow me on IG. Don't forget to like my Facebook page, or tweet me at naked_air, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, stay naked.